Hello and welcome to another episode of Same Cast, Different Day podcast. I am Martel, Rowland. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Hey, Kami, how's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
I am doing pretty good. I need to find something to set on. Oh my God, are you cooking already? Oh no, it says connecting video. So I want to thank you once again. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to this episode of the podcast. So
I'm making channels.
you making what? Kami, your video is doing so. Your connection is bad. I can't hear you at all, Kami. Like your connection is. Oh, there we go. So once again, I want to say thank you everybody for tuning in to this shenanigans. Kami had just joined us on the podcast right now, and what I had wanted to talk about was actually two things I want to talk about. But the first thing that I want to talk about is the shit show. And if you don't know what the shit show is right now, I suggest you go Google. But we're going to talk about the shit show. So the shit show was the 2020 presidential debate, and like always, Donald freaking Trump was a butthole during the whole thing. Nothing he said made sense. It was just like it was just mostly him talking over Joe Biden, and I wish sometimes that Joe Biden would try to. I don't know. It's like the way how he talks sometimes is kind of irritating me. It kind of bothers me. But it's like, okay, it's like Joe, like one of the people, like he needs to take his time to get his point across or what it is that he's trying to get out across. Like, okay, yeah, I get it, Joe, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, I'm like, okay, I got too many things going on right now. So at the same time, I'm like, okay, I do get it, I understand. But at the same time, like, Trump is over talking you, like, cut him off, do something, like, and then for the next presidential debate, I know they're talking about having the mediator have a shut-off switch for Donald Trump's microphone, because to be honest, like, how do you expect the other person to be able to get what it is they want to get out to the American people and be able to get their point across and their message across when you have Donald Trump steady trying to overtalk them? And then the one thing that really tripped me out about Donald Trump was the fact that what was it? I can't remember what the question it was that they asked him, but his response was, "I brought back football." Like, Trump, how did you really bring back football? I really want you to give us a breakdown of each step that you took to bring back football. I'm looking at my hair right now on camera, and it is. I'm so upset that I can't go to get my hair done until next week. Oh my God, I need my dress retwisted. What was I talking about? I just got so distracted. Yeah, he brought back football, and I'm like, what? You brought back football? That has nothing to do with what they asked you. And then when they was asking him about global warming, he still stated on global warming is a hoax, and he had no plan for global warming. And then the response that he gave for global warming was he made cars cheaper to get older cars off the road. I'm like, what? What do you mean you made cars cheaper? He was like, well, people are buying new cars, but if you loosen the restrictions on emissions that the Obama office had put in place, and you loosen the restrictions on there, so with those same newer cars that you're talking about is still releasing the same amount of whatever carbon monoxide that goes into the air, whatever it is that goes into the air. And Joe was like, hey, we're going to be more stricter on that, where we're going to try to find ways to reduce the amount of carbon monoxide or whatever it is that they're putting into the air that come from cars. We're going to focus on green energy, and we're going to do all these things, and the weatherization of 2 million homes across the United States, and buildings and all this other kind of stuff, tax cuts, so many other things that he was saying. So you know what, I was all for that with Joe. He said that this clean energy is going to create more jobs, which I think is a good direction to go in. Oh, and here goes Hattie joining me. Hey, Hattie. So I'm actually doing a podcast right now talking about the presidential debate.
I gotta go.
Right? Ain't you supposed to be working?
Yeah, bye.
Lord have mercy. Look, she can't even hang up the phone, y'all. Look at her. Oh my God, singers. So I like how I should start doing this more often, where I could just have people randomly just pop in. Like I did a Facebook Live before, doing this, and I see a lot of comments going off on the Facebook Live right now. I mean, on that video, probably talking about me drinking wine at 7:25 in the morning, but it's my day off from work, and what else do I got to do? So give me 1 second. So yeah, then it was that. And then when he was asked on if he would tell white supremacy to basically step down if he was to, I guess, lose the election, and he told them to stand by. He told white supremacists to stand by. I'm like, for what? I mean, I was just so confused. So like, you are a president who is, one, a racist, and two a racist, and three a racist. So you're okay with white supremacy? Like, that's the whole point of the Black Lives Matter movement, is to stop white supremacists and the KKK and the injustices that goes on against black people and all these other things. So I'm like, you're okay with that? I mean, you're okay with white supremacy? Basically, he is. And when he told him, he said he did not, even try to die. Well, I don't know how to put this. Man is just stupid. He's stupid. And like Joe Biden said, he's a clown. You are the worst president. You have been the worst president of the United States, or something like that, or you the worst American president, whatever it is. And considering that debate was broadcast worldwide, it made Americans look stupid. And to be honest, we didn't really get much out of this presidential debate because of Donald Trump. But there was some little takes out of this that basically Joe Biden clearly shows that he has what it takes to be president. He knows what it takes to be president. He, like I said before in previous podcasts, he knows the chain of command. He know how laws work. He know how, Congress and all this stuff work. Trump just got voted into office and just, what was it, learning on the wheel, or just, I can't even think of the term right now because this man is such an idiot. But that's what I got out of this, and I feel like Joe Biden really probably won this round as far as the debate, because it's crazy because a lot of his supporters are still like, yeah, Donald Trump, and I'm like, why? And then when he got fact checked, I said, like, when Joe Biden got fact checked, it was like he had misquoted something. The numbers wasn't really wrong, but he had misquoted something, or he had got it mixed up, and that was the only thing. But mostly 95% of what Donald Trump said was all a lie. He's been lying this whole time to the American people. He has downplayed this pandemic. We probably would have had this pandemic way under control if we had somebody else of leadership in service who had better leadership than him. And I just don't know. I just don't know. Oh, I forgot we lost Kami too. He disconnected for some reason. Yeah, I don't know what happened, because I think it should be like 1 o'clock where he's at. But yeah, so that whole presidential I hope it really do be a second one. They're talking about if Donald Trump team does not agree to the terms that were put forth. That was going to be put forth for the next presidential debate, when him and Joe Biden will go face to face with each other. Then they were just going to cancel the last two presidential debates. Oh, and then the mail-in voting. So people have been doing mail-in voting for years, and Trump is just trying his best to stop it. And it's crazy because it was like, when he got elected into office, a lot of the ballots, came through mail-in voting. So he is doing his best to try to stop mail-in voting. And so you want people to go out in public, stand in long lines, and possibly catch coronavirus just to vote because you think there's gonna be fraud in voting. Like, I don't understand how could there be fraud. Like, he was like, oh, the ballots might get thrown out because they wasn't filled out correctly. Well, if them ballots were thrown out that wasn't filled out correctly, well, if those are Joe Biden votes, huh? Did you ever think that there might be more votes for you, you idiot? But yeah, uh, so like I said, the whole presidential debate, it was a debacle. It was a very entertaining, very good but bad reality show. I'm just gonna put it like that. So there you go. The presidential did it die. The presidential debate was a debacle, a mess, a sham, of everything. It was a mess. Anyway, so I wanted to get out be on this quick episode because the same day I'm recording this is going to be released to you guys. Um, I started reading. Wait, why am I holding it up like somebody's here with me? So I have Mariah Carey's new book, The Media of Mariah Carey, and I have started reading it. And so far, I'm like, it started off kind of slow. I don't like how it kind of started off, but it's starting to get a little bit better. So I'm enjoying it so far, and I highly suggest that some of you who are fans or care about whatever to get it. I'm really liking it. I'm so happy because I've been sitting down drinking wine and just reading the book, and like I said, so far I'm enjoying it, and I think it's a good read for you. So anyways, I want to thank you all for listening to this little short spiel about the presidential debate, the shit show. And I believe October 7th it will be Harris versus Pence in the next debate. So I will try to do probably like a day or two later. I'll try to get what I took away from next. Hopefully that debate will be better than what we saw, this last go around. Now that I think about who ran with Hillary Clinton, I don't know who ran with Hillary Clinton when they did the debates and stuff. Maybe she shouldn't have won that election because I don't even remember who was her running mate. Yep. Oh well. Anyways, thank y'all for listening to this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast. Oh, I wanted to go out there. I'm thinking about doing Christmas giveaways in December, so giving away like something on the podcast for the month of December every week. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted. But anyways, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Martel. Rowland. Don't forget you can find the podcast on Facebook and Twitter. No, not Facebook. Twitter and Instagram at SCDD podcast. Oh, them D's always get me. SCDD podcast. And you can like the Facebook page too, which is Same Cast Different Day podcast on Facebook. So once again, thank you all for listening to this episode, and don't forget to go check out the episode that just dropped called "Some Education for You." It's about some little tips and stuff that I learned over the years about finances. So is there anybody who's going through who feel like they need some financial help, or just somebody to be pointed in the right direction to be more financial stable, I suggest that you go and listen to that episode, and thank you all for listening.